So I always forget to do videos and pictures whenever I'm working on stuff, but my kitchen sink has been backing up, so I've got the Ryobi hybrid auger here. The reason I ended up spending more money and getting the hybrid versus the lower model is for two reasons. One, the drum is actually replaceable on this, so if anything happens to the snake, I don't have to replace the entire tool. You can get the drum, I think, for 20 to 30 bucks, somewhere around there, with a brand new snake. And then the second reason, which I can't show you because it's already down in the pipe, is that the tip is actually replaceable, and they have different tips you can get, like a grease cutter and spade bit for thick blockages and that kind of stuff. My one complaint about this is that you see it's got a forward reverse on this side, and then it's got a neutral on that side, and then on here, if you can see, it's also got a forward, neutral, and reverse. And with the instructions that came with it, it said that there were two settings that you could do essentially that could actually damage the tool. I believe it's having this in, actually I don't remember now. Basically, to be safe, you want it to be forward, and then reverse forward, or neutral, neutral. You don't want it to be, I don't remember off the top of my head, to be honest. And actually, that's part of the problem, is that there are two settings that damage it. It made logical sense when I read it, but it's not something that's easy to remember. And I wish that they either would have had it more simple to where you just had a forward, reverse, and neutral instead of having to switch it in two places, or at least include the instructions somewhere on the tool. Like if they had the design right here on the handle or something that just said, like, don't do these two things. Other than that, it works great. It's a little bit noisy, so I'll run it for a bit just so you can see it, but I've got it in forward, and here we go. The trigger does adjust speed based on how fast you pull, which is kind of nice. I just try to blast through whatever's in there, and I'm hoping that it comes up here in a sec. But it might take a while to get the actual 25 feet. My other complaint that I have about this is that once you get to the end of the snake, there's a little bulb in the metal, and that's the end part that it grips on. And if you keep going forward, you can actually extend it so much that the tool doesn't catch on the snake anymore to retract, and then you end up having to manually pull the snake back into the tool until it's in far enough that it catches and it can reverse. I think that was kind of a design flaw, that they made it to where you could overextend the snake and do that. I wish that the snake would have been just locked into the drum somehow, so that once you get to the end, it just doesn't extend any further. But other than that, it's a good tool. It's saved me a ton of money with plumbers, just from having two kids and a wife that we just keep having backed up sinks. So it is what it is. But thank you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Okay, so right there, you can see that is the little bulb part in the snake, and once that part pops out, you're too far out. So you can see I've got it set let me see this here. It's set to reverse, if you can see that. So reverse, and then that button is in for the reverse. And now when I go to reverse here, just get that set there. It doesn't really retract. Sorry about that. So what I did was I put it in neutral and I pulled the cord, the snake through, and then now I've got it set to reverse and set to reverse, and then you'll see now that it'll actually retract again. But the fact that you can overextend it to the point that it won't retract anymore is a little annoying. So there we go. It's retracting now. One other thing that I guess I forgot to show in the initial video is that this is hybrid, and sorry again for the camera work. But there you go. There is a little connector piece that it came with, essentially, that you plug into that, and then I can plug my extension cord into it so I can plug it into the wall. I honestly, off the top of my head, don't know where that piece is. It's probably down with my tools somewhere. But it would have been nice if it was just a direct like AC plug that you could plug the extension cord directly into, and then you don't have to keep track of an extra piece. And then let's show this part, I guess. So you take that part off, and then this section here. Crappy camera work, I apologize. There we go. And that part can come up, and the whole drum right there can come out like so. Obviously I'd have to finish taking the whole snake out, but I can take the whole drum out, I can drain it and all of that, and so I just thought it was nice having the extra features on this one as opposed to the one that was a little bit cheaper. So there you go. That is here's the model number. Oops. P4002. Don't try to register it, I already did. But there you go. The Ryobi hybrid drain auger.